Good morning, class. So, yesterday, we talked a lot about adaptations, right? Remember what they are? Yes. Adaptations are simply changes, behavioral and physical, as we'll talk about today, that help an animal survive in its given environment. We got really good yesterday at determining what a behavioral adaptation is, and even began to touch upon the certain effects of certain adaptations, right? Well, today, we're going to do just that with the other type of adaptations. Physical adaptations. Now, a physical adaptation is simply a part of an organism's body that helps it survive. Pause here and write down that physical adaptations are part of an organism's structure or body that helps it survive. On the left side, please write down examples. On the right side, you will write down the following examples. So, let's take a cactus, for example. A cactus lives in the desert, a really, really dry environment, right? Well, we know that plants need water to survive. We know that there isn't much water there. We also know that cacti look really different from other plants because they have those huge, hard, thick stems, right? Well, let's put our inferences together. It needs water. There isn't much water. It has stems that are really, really thick for how small the leaves or those spiky things are. I bet those stems help the cactus store water so it can survive. If the stems are not adapted to conserve and store a ton of water like that, cacti wouldn't be able to survive in the desert at all. Think about a duck. You ever noticed how a duck's feet were webbed or had things in between them like that? Like in the picture? Ever wonder why humans' feet don't look like those feet? Well, think about it. Ever seen a scuba diver or a snorkeler wear those funny looking flippers? Well, that's because they help them to swim. The less space there is in between an organism's toes, the quicker and easier it can kick its feet in the water to swim. Pretty cool, huh? Now, another great example would be the teeth of a shark. A shark has super, super sharp teeth, right? Way, way sharper than humans' teeth. So what is the function of these teeth? Well, sharks live in water, so it doesn't help them with that. What about food? Sharks have to catch and kill all kinds of fish in the ocean for food. Well, how can they do that if they have no arms? They have to use their teeth. If their teeth weren't so sharp, it'd be much harder for them to catch and kill their prey. Our last example is that of a turtle. Ever wondered why turtles have really, really hard shells on their back? Well, what could it help them with? Probably doesn't help them get water, and definitely doesn't help it catch its food. But what about protecting it from predators? Think about it. When does a turtle go in its shell? When it's scared. It uses that shell to help protect it from predators in its environment because many predators aren't strong enough to break that hard shell. Now lastly, we just can't be so quick to assume that every aspect of an animal was, at some point, an adaptation. In order for something to be an adaptation, we must remember that it must serve some sort of purpose in the organism's life, meaning it must somehow help that organism survive in its environment.